Hello everyone, welcome back to Adoniya Academy. In this video, let me show you how I made this beautiful carved golden lock cake. Before that, if you're new to my channel, please do subscribe and press the bell button so that you get notified every time I'm on YouTube. Let's head straight to this video. I baked my cake in a 9 by 7 inch pan, cut it into 3 layers and frosted it with some whipped cream frosting. I downloaded a template of a vintage lock. I'll put a link in the description box below. Placed it on the center of the cake and cut the cake to shape accordingly. I wanted the cake to be slightly bigger than the template, so I left about a 1 inch gap and cut it out with a serrated knife. Make sure to chill your cake for about 15-20 minutes before you attempt to carve so that you don't break the cake. Now, using a serrated knife, I'm gently tapering off the edges. If your cake again appears to be soft, make sure to put it in the fridge so that it's nice and firm. I want a rounded edge for the lock, so I'm just cutting off the edges to give a nice rounded look. We do not want to have any sharp edges for this cake. Once happy with the cake, I'm frosting the cake with some white chocolate ganache. Now I prefer to use ganache under my fondant because where I live is extremely hot and humid. But if you are okay with using buttercream, you can go ahead and do so too. Give a nice thick layer of white chocolate ganache so that you seal in all the crumbs and give a smooth finish to your cake. Once you're done, put it in the fridge for 15-20 minutes and then using your hands, smoothen out any sharp edges that may be so that you get a nice smooth rounded look before you put on your fondant. Now I'm taking 3 18 gauge floral wires and taping them with some floral tape. This is to make the handle of the lock. If you have a nice thick wire which you feel can hold the weight of the lock, you can go ahead and do so. I did not have, so I had to make do with these floral tape. They are thick 18 gauge in size. I'm using a tin to bend the wire and give shape. Set this aside. And now I'm using gum paste to roll out a thick snake. Brush the wire with some water or edible glue and gently insert this gum paste tube into it. Now make sure to use only gum paste or use fondant mixed with a lot of CMC because you need the handle to be nice and hard when you insert it. If you use only fondant, chances are that it may not dry unless you live in a very cool and dry place. If you want the recipe to my gum paste, it's in the description box below. Next, I'm rolling out another long snake of gum paste and using a wooden dowel, inserting a wooden dowel into it. This is for the key of the lock. Smoothen it out and cut out any extra such that you have the dowel showing on both the sides. Set this aside to dry completely, and next I'm rolling out another thin piece of gum paste to make the head of the key. You can use any shape, but this is what I'm doing. Apply some water to it. Yeah, my water is stained brown, and insert the head gently into the dowel, like so. Roll out another thin snake to cover the joint. Use some edible glue or water and carefully place it, wrap it around to cover the joint. Let this dry completely for 2 to 3 hours, or preferably overnight. I'm rolling out some brown fondant to cover my lock. Now I wanted a dull finish, so I'm going with a brown base. If you want a bright golden lock, you can do yellow fondant. You can start off with yellow fondant, or if you want a light gold, you can start off with white. If you want a really antique gold, you can start off with black. So gold takes on the color of your fondant and reflects it to give that kind of look. Smoothen it out gently with a smoother and cut off the excess carefully. Next, I'm cutting out a thin strip with the same color fondant to make the keyhole of the lock. Use a sharp X-Acto knife like so. If you want to buy the tools which I'm using, make sure to click on the link in the description box below. Using a foam pen, I'm making a hole and the keyhole and the little strip below that, like so. I've stuck the strip on the lock, and I'm now brushing it with some gold and copper lustre dust mixed with Evaporex. Evaporex is a fab product by Fab Essence. If you want to buy your own, check the link in the description box below. Now I've cut out the centerpiece from my template which we used earlier, and I'm cutting out 2 panels like so. Again, I'm cutting them out slightly bigger than the template because my lock is bigger. I've also taken out some designs using some molds. If you want to buy the same molds, do check the description box below. Now I'm using some small pieces of round fondant to make the nails or screws of the lock, like so. Place your panels on the cake, on the painted cake, and arrange your designs. You can use any designs. Now I'm using these particular ones to give a little vintage look. Now I want the panel to be slightly different shade from the base cake, so I'm just dusting this with dry dust mixed with gold and copper lustre dust. I'm using Rollchem brand of lustre dust. If you want to buy your own, check the description box below. Painting the center hole with some black gel color and inserting this the handle and the key. If you notice, I've added some dowels to the handle to give extra stability, and that's it. We're all done. This is how the lock looks at the end. I really hope you liked this video and it was useful. Do let me know in the comment section what more kind of videos you would like to see. Please do subscribe to my channel. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Until next time, bye bye.